You know, one of the state's biggest issues is finding housing for the chronically homeless. Right now, there's about 5,000 homeless people living on the streets right here in the metro.
Denver 7's Amanda Del Castillo takes us inside a new complex off of 14th and Colfax, hoping to be a forever home for a handful of homeless people.
This is home, my home.
For 5 years, Rosalinda Sanchez didn't have a place to call home. What she did have was worry.
How are you going to feed yourself and where are you going to sleep?
Fortunately, St. John's Cathedral and the St. Francis Center for the Homeless had an answer. A more than $10 million project now known as the St. Francis Apartments at Cathedral Square in Capitol Hill.
This is giving people new life. It's giving people the opportunity to be independent and self-sufficient.
And it's getting people off Metro streets, something that in one way or another everybody wants to have done.
It's not only the humane and right thing to do, but it really makes fiscal sense to do this.
Tom Lures is the executive director at the St. Francis Center. He says to house someone at this complex would cost about $12,000 a year. That's a cheaper option than keeping people on the streets.
If somebody is out on the street, we have researched this, and it costs the city about $45,000 a year.
The new complex isn't transitional. It's a permanent home for Sanchez and her neighbors.
The first time of the winter, I don't have to be out there. I don't have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning where they tell you, well, it's time to leave, you know.
It's home. 49 units. Neighbors pay about 30% of any income they earn, and rent is also supported by project-based vouchers by the city and state.
To other people, it's just an apartment. No, it's luxury for us.
Her only worry now.
Right now, nothing. Nothing. I'm just worrying about me being happy.
In Denver, I'm Amanda Del Castillo, Denver 7.
And this was a public-private partnership program that used more than $9.5 million in tax credits for this development. The city and state provided funding of more than $1.2 million. The St. Francis Center then raised $1 million to furnish the building and then continue with case management for its neighbors.